This is your main man RJ from the Ringside Rant, heard only on the Visionaries Wrestling Network. So go over and subscribe across all your major platforms, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Stitcher to hear every great interview I have every Monday on the Visionaries Wrestling Network. Go over and follow the show's page on Twitter @_Ringside Rant. Follow the network's page @BizWrestleNet. And, as always, embrace the vision.
Hello, friends. This is Spencer Love, your host of Over the Top Rope on the Win Column Sports Network. Don't forget you can head to wincolumnsports.ca for all of your previews, reviews, and breaking news from the world of wrestling, be it your major promotions or from the great province of Alberta, Canada.
If you like podcasts and you are listening to on Backbreaker Media, then you should listen to me, Chris Parrish,
and myself, Manoia,
and the Sounds of Struggle, because we are literally the most entertaining duo you'll ever come across in Western Canadian wrestling, baby.
We talk about things like wrestling
and other sports we like.
Wrestling,
but we won't talk about other sports that we don't like, because it's not that kind of podcast.
Like wrestling?
I mean, we like hockey.
And wrestling.
And we like football.
And wrestling.
And we also like to drink beer.
While wrestling.
Well, not while wrestling, but while watching wrestling.
Yes.
Yeah. If you want to get into a conversation with Maniac and Chris Parrish, then you need to tune into the Sounds of Struggle live on Backbreaker Media.
Every Thursday.
Is when we hope to drop, but sometimes Mike Malawany doesn't do his job right.
Or we're too drunk to forget.
Yeah, that happens too.
Yeah.
He can bleep out the swear word, because we weren't supposed to do that.
Oh,
but
I'll try not to swear. I can't do it.
Yeah. Let's face it, the two of us, we're real.
And spectacular.
And we're a little bit of all right.
Yeah.
Well, so strugglicious.
That we are.
That was kind of the key. It's supposed to be a strugglicious.
Oh, sorry, I'm drunk.
Yeah. So, if you don't want to listen to us, then no. You're stupid, because we're entertaining. And if you want to listen to us, then come listen to us on Backbreaker Media.
Yeah. What he said.
Later, bitches.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Quick Calls. I am Andre C., and I'm here at the Alberta Avenue Community Hall on, hold up, loud noises, for MPW Faceoff here September 1st and wow, I had so much fun at this show tonight. And I am joined here by the Wrestling Mind, Brian Hamilton. How's it going, guys? And first time joining the podcast, Dylan, how you doing, brother?
Not bad. Good show.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah, so MPW Faceoff was really promoted on the back of one match, and that was the headlining match tonight of Shaun headline, as we were calling the headline chicken, but headline Shaun Martens taking on one half of Tag Struggle, Chris Parrish. And this, I think the whole night overall delivered. What do you guys think?
Yeah, every match was pretty enjoyable. There wasn't any real stinker matches. Everything was good.
It was a bad card. 6 great matches overall. Top to bottom, can't go wrong, especially on a Saturday night. The building was packed. The fans were into it. What a great show.
So, starting night, Mike, our good buddy, Mike the ref, comes into the ring to do his ring-announcing duties, and he makes an announcement off the top that tonight's I gotta put this on dollar fans. Tonight's 50-50 draw. The proceeds that MPW collected from their half are going to a person that I think all of us know very, very well, and we've all been very, very close over the last few years, and is Ronnie, whose daughter is in the granddaughter is in the Stollery, in the Stollery Children's Hospital fighting cancer. And so MPW was gracious enough and was announced later on that they're donating tonight's proceeds and next month's proceeds from the 50-50 to Kaylee's Kaylee's fund. And I love Brian brought the whiteboard to the show, and he literally has a sign that says Ronnie Rocks. So Meg makes that announcement, and then he said it's time to kick it off with a 6-man tag. And out comes the Cat's Meow along with the Catalyst, who I thought broke away from the Cat's Meow.
No, they're just one big group, but a couple of different factions altogether.
Yeah, so in comes, and Raunchy Rick Jules is, with the 24/7 rule that's supposed to end tonight, is your Ripper Hardcore champion, and they get in the ring, and Kato and Rick Jules decide to have a match. Kato decides to challenge Rick Jules for the championship right then and there. So, literally, it's a handshake, and Rick Jules submits to a handshake. And we got a new Ripper champion in Kato. Right here are really, in reality, the first match of the evening. What'd you think, Dylan?
I don't know. I'm not a fan of the 24/7 rule.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Just, I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of that, but I like how they handled it.
Yeah, they've done a pretty good job overall. Brian, your thoughts on this first title change of the evening?
Yeah, it was different. It wasn't nobody expected it. But the thing I don't get is, okay, I last seen on the thing that King B won his title, but got his title back, and now Jules has it.
The videos just haven't been released yet.
So
Blake Cannon got it back from King B.
I seen that, and then I seen that Tyler won it, and then now Tyler lost it because of in a poker game to King B. So from there, now
the video just hasn't been come out yet.
So I mean that was in the last. Well, today. So.
And again, this is supposed to be a 6-man tag.
Yeah.
And Mike is not happy about all these shenanigans, so he says he's extending the 24/7 rule for another month until the next show, and he says in this 6-person tag team match, the title's on the line. So whoever gets the pinfall gets the belt. So the match is Kato, Nacho Libre, Blake Cannon, and Psycho Sawyer taking on the team of the Cheetah Bear, Jude Dawkins. We have I can't read that, Brian.
That's
what's this team?
Well, that's Tyler James, Sidney Steele, and
that's the wrong match.
No, Sidney Steele.
Phoenix, Kid Cyrus, and Jude Dawkins.
I apologize. I'm looking at the wrong page. Yeah, Kid Cyrus, Jude Dawkins, and Phoenix taking on Cat's Meow, and I thought a really good back and forth match. I thought, as I always say on every show, you got to have a nice, high-paced opener to kick off a show, and this was it.
It's a great match. Everybody's been doing good. It's been exciting to see some of the newer wrestlers and how they progress. And I'm trying to think, Kid Cyrus?
Yeah, he just returned tonight.
Yeah, that was the first time seeing him, and he was impressive. He did good.
Yeah, Brian, your thoughts on the match?
Oh, overall, it was a really great match. Great, both teams put up a great fight, but in the end, though, Cyrus actually got the pin and won the title for about not even a minute.
So being that the 24/7 rule is, Kato comes back into the ring, hits, I can't remember what move on, but he hit the low blow on Kid Cyrus, and rolled him up and got the 1, 2, 3, and wins his title back. And this is the first point of the night that me and Dylan started yelling something, and it's become our favorite chant ever.
Don't do it, people.
Hashtag's fault. Mike's fault. Mike's fault.
People, don't go there. It's not real.
It was Mike's fault.
Mike did not screw up.
It was Mike's fault.
It's MPW that screwed up.
Yeah, but they told Mike to keep the rule on, and that's the reason Kid Cyrus lost his belt, because it's Mike's fault.
Mike.
So we move on to our second match of the evening, and it is for the actually what came out first was
Nasty Nate.
Nasty Nate wanted to do a celebration of his of being the provincial champion.
Yes.
And Mike didn't do anything, so is it Mike's fault?
Yeah, I think it is Mike's fault.
Yeah, Mike's fault. He didn't set up the celebration, so Mike's fault.
No. Nasty Nick does not deserve a celebration for the way that he won the title. No celebration is needed for that nasty guy. If he wants a nasty celebration, go down and get it. Yeah, never mind.
No celebration, Mike's fault.
No.
But so Mike decides to make a provincial championship match right there against the newest member of the MPW locker room, and that is,
I don't know if it's Ryan Rock or Rock.
I think it's Ryan Riot or
Something Raw. Riot Rock?
Riot Rock, that's it, Riot Rock. And I'm pretty sure I'm right. I described me nor Brian got the full name down here. Riot Rock, and actually Riot Rock's first match in his career. I got to speak with him after the show, and I thought, minus a few missteps in the ring, I was very impressed by him. But in the end, Nasty Nate, through dirty, rotten tactics, as I called him disgusting, and he went, "No, I'm nasty." I said, "No, you're disgusting." Won this match with his inverted DDT thingy-majubber and retains his provincial championship. Brian, overall on the match and your impression on Riot Rock?
Oh, overall, not a bad match. I was very impressed with Ryan Rock, or whatever he goes by. He put up a great fight, and at some points, he almost had the champion beat and took the title. But in the end, Nasty Nick had to rely on some dirty tactics with his compadres. He can never win a match normally. He's got to cheat to win, and, just too many people out there. Ryan Rock had no chance.
Yeah, the person he's referring to is Psycho Sawyer
and
Kato, messing this match up and Nasty Nick keeping his championship. Dylan, your thoughts on the match and Riot Rock overall?
He did really good. You can see he's a little bit inexperienced, and I think you get a more experienced guy in there, he might not have been caught off guard by some of Cat's Meow's antics.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did good, and there's lots of good things to come for him because that was just a good performance.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with him. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do from here on out. Like I talked to him after the show. I said he looked like he might have had a little bit of nerves in there. He's like, yeah. But the thing is, you have to expect nerves pretty much every time you go out there, and especially if it's your first time going out there in front of a pretty full house.
Yeah.
And you're going to be nervous, and mistakes happen, but the mistakes happen to any wrestler out there.
Full house, and it was a really loud crowd tonight. Everybody was really into it. You can see how that could be a little bit overwhelming. I could see that.
Yeah. So you got it, but the kid did well, and the Nasty Nipples himself keeps the championship. So we move on to our third match of the evening, and it's for the MPW Sirens Championship. Sexy Samantha, the champion, defending against Genergy. She's defending against Genergy, and I think this is Genergy's first match on top. So two matches in a row, first match. And I actually really thought Genergy did very well in this match. And if it wasn't for the way this ended, with Psycho Sawyer coming out and attacking Genergy and causing the DQ, so Genergy wins her first match. But disqualification and doesn't get the championship. I actually very thoroughly enjoyed this match up until Sawyer's interference. Match overall, what do you thought? Just on the match, before we get to what happened after, your thoughts on the match overall?
Really good match. Both of them really impressed. Everybody was. I feel like I'm saying the same thing for every match because they were all really good. But yeah, back and forth, and Genergy really held her own, and Sawyer's been really busy interfering with every match so far. But
yeah. Just three matches in a row. She's been effective in the outcome. Brian, your thoughts on
Oh, overall, I thought this was a really good match. You had the veteran and sexy Sam, who's been around forever, over a decade or more.
Crusty and old.
And you had Genergy making her debut. She was actually supposed to make her debut in March, but she kind of got injured, hurt herself. So she made her debut tonight, and I was very surprised with how she did it. There was times she almost had the title won, but in the end, though, you had Psycho Sawyer come in and interfere to help Sam keep the win. But next month is going to be very interesting between.
So from there, so being that Psycho Sawyer and Sam are beating up on Genergy, out comes Phoenix and Angelica, and they come out to run off the heels, and Angelica gets on the mic and she says she's sick and tired of Sam and Sawyer's antics, cheating and all this stuff, and Phoenix and Angelica challenge the Psycho Sawyer and Sam to a tag team match for next month on October 6th, and I am pumped for that.
Oh yeah, this is going to be great. We don't have very much women's wrestling here especially up here in Edmonton area, and when you get to see it, it's a great treat. And I mean, these four ladies are going to tear the house down next month. It's going to be great. Phoenix, she's kind of a rookie. She's only been wrestling like not even 6 months or so. And you got Angelica, she's been wrestling pretty good, and the veteran and Sam and now Sawyer. I mean, all these women, they do not like each other. It's going to be awesome to see. I can't wait to see these women tear each other apart.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one, because they're all really high energy wrestlers, and yeah, you look at Phoenix is getting better. Sawyer, you never know what she's going to try to pull. Yeah. Sam and Angelica are good every time they're in the ring, so it's not going to be one to miss.
No, I'm looking forward to it. You got, especially, you never know what Sam and Sawyer are going to do, because these two are completely insane. Like, Sawyer, for sure, she is a psycho. She's completely insane. You never know what she's going to do. And then Sam, she's the wily vet in this, and you never know what she could pull out, and that's a huge thing. And I'm really looking forward to this. So from there, we move on to the fourth match of the evening, which I thought I was reading earlier, and it is a tag team match. It is the Catalyst, Raunchy Rick Jules, and James Chowder, We Want Soup, accompanied by their propane accessory, and taking on Mr. 481, Tyler James, and Sydney Steele, accompanied by Angelica, the Sharks Club. And the best thing, I took Brian's sign in this, and I wrote Tyler James, Mr. 493, and I put it up. We started chanting it, and he looked over. He loved it.
All right, boys, I got a couple of things that I want to say. You're talking about my tag team match tonight?
Yes.
This goes back to Mike Malawany. This goes back to our esteemed general manager. He gets to give this a listen?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so this goes directly to Mike Malawany. Get your goddamn roster under control. You got managers out there putting their hands on talent that have no business being in a wrestling ring.
Yep.
You got Genergy costing me matches. You got this propane idiot costing me matches. So I'll tell you what, Malawany, it goes directly to you. Give us one more shot. I will smooth things over with TJ. I'll find him. I'll talk to him. I'll fix stuff up. Give us one more match. Get your roster under control, because if you don't, bad things are going to start happening in MPW.
And ladies and gentlemen, you just heard it from Sydney Steele himself. Mike, you got to get stuff under control, because, dude, he's coming for you if you don't, man. Get stuff under control. And like he said, and we're actually going to talk about the match now, overall, this is a really good tag team match until Propane decides to be more than an accessory. And he interferes, and again he's attacking everybody, and it's just I'm getting annoyed by a lot. There's been a lot of interference, and I'm like it can hurt a show, and it hurts it for me a little bit.
Like you said, It's too much interference going on in these matches. Personally, in my opinion, if you're gonna have matches, managers, if they got a license, maybe they should be there, or nobody should be at ringside for matches. Just the two guys to fight,
or four guys,
or whoever's in there. It's too much interference. And, when you got tag team matches, you need at least two referees because it's too much action. And, an
outside enforcer at least.
Yeah, we gotta come up with some rules and help the GM out here.
That was a great match. Back and forth. Everybody was enjoying it. Crowd was going nuts until Propane grabs the baseball bat and ends the match.
And knocks out Tyler James. And so the Catalyst end up double teaming Sidney Steele and doing, the power like their shoulder drop power bomb thing, and they end up getting the win. But it's so tainted, and Mike, get your roster under control, dude.
I can totally understand why they're upset about that because they got robbed.
They did, big time.
And you got to look at this. Losing these tag team matches puts you farther down to get into contention to go up against Lumberjack Larry and Mitch Clark for the tag team championships. You need to win to get your shot, and when you're getting screwed out of wins, you're not going to get your shot. And that's what bothers me the most. So from there, we went to intermission, and then we return from intermission, and it is a match for the MPW Tag Team Championships. It is King B and T.Y. Jackson, Wrestling's Royal T, taking on the brand new MPW Renegade Tag Team Champions, the winners of last month's tournament, Danger Zone Mitch Clark and Lumberjack Larry.
But they're missing that set of belts that another certain team has.
I was about to bring it, and they are accompanied by Genergy. And so, again, as just like last month, the sexy American superstars, Bradley Graham, Steve Rivers, gotta love Bradley Graham, they still refuse to relinquish the Renegade Tag Team Championships. So, our champions are carrying around the old MPW Tag Team Championships. And I think that's a slight against our champions, because
exactly.
Something's got to get worked. Mike, get your roster under control.
Are you saying this is Mike's fault?
Dude, Mike's fault.
Definitely Mike's fault.
Yeah, well, I can see that, but okay, it's Mike's fault. But, but Mike should step up. If these guys don't want to come, drop these belts back off for that. Suspend them, fire them, do something. If these guys don't want to show up and work, we don't need them here. Go somewhere else.
I agree completely, because I want this. I want those guys to come up and if you have at this point, Mike, if you have to make it a tag team title match. But let's get back to the actual tag team title match, which I loved.
Yes,
I absolutely love this match. T.Y. Jackson, King B, I think that they just formed as a team last month, and man, do they work like an oil machine or what? Yeah. I love these guys, and literally my favorite wrestler on this roster, Mitch Clark, and his tagging partner, Lumberjack Larry, man, these four had one hell of an enjoyable match, and I think one of our first non-messed up finishes of the night.
Yeah,
might be the only one.
I think. Yeah, it's the only match of the night that didn't have some kind of outside interference or something to mess up the end.
Yeah.
And Mitch Clark and Lumberjack Larry retained their tag team titles, and in a really, really good match.
Yes.
It was a great match. I think match of the night on that one. Was it wrestling, or what is it?
Wrestling's Royal T. Like Royal and then T.
They did a great job. They really held their own against the tag team champions.
Especially for being together only a month.
Yeah, great. They back and forth, really great contested. And I really liked at the end the handshake and show of respect between the two teams.
Before and after the match.
Yeah, it was just really good competition and really enjoyable to watch.
Wrestling the way it should be.
Yes.
As this company's motto is. Brian, your thoughts on the match overall?
Overall, this was I think this was one of the matches of the night. No interference. This was what we need. Great tag team match. All four teams put on a great effort. Wrestling's royalty, they came very close to taking those titles tonight. You know, for being put together, especially when TY's normal partner, Big Ben, is out with an injury right now. And he's teaming with King B, and, you know, second time teaming up. They were fantastic. I loved what they're doing, you know. Maybe down the road, they may get another shot at these belts, because if they keep teaming in the way they're doing, watch out, because this is a hot tag team on the rise.
Oh, definitely. And from there, we go to the main event of the evening.
Oh,
and
my God.
Really, what this show, what, like, if you read any of the stuff leading up, the poster, everything was for this match.
Yes.
And it is Chris Parrish taking on the headline Shaun Martens. And Shaun Martens, just a couple months ago, literally destroying Maniac, and he did not win that belt, stealing Maniac's championship.
Yes.
And Chris Parrish wants to get revenge for his friend, and man, these two had a hell of a war tonight. Like, there was no give on Chris Parrish's part. Like, all he wanted to do was just beat the ever-living hell out of Shaun Martens. And I think, for the most part, except for a couple of things, accomplished it. And if it wasn't for a certain sin, I think he would have beaten Shaun Martens and gotten that belt back for Maniac. Brian, your thoughts?
Yeah, this match was a war between these guys. They do not like each other after what happened a few months ago when Martens turned his back on the struggle and then took Maniac out. And we have yet to see Maniac in the last 2-3 months here because he's that injured. Doctors won't clear him. And, well, this match was all over the place. These guys do not like each other, and you could tell. And, well, this feud is not over by a long shot because it was just chaotic all the way through. And the ending, we basically had really no contest.
Yeah, because it ended with, before we get to that, Dylan, your thoughts overall?
Yeah, you could tell these guys have some bad blood between them. Real hard hitting. They wanted to win, but they also wanted to send a message. And then I feel bad for the ref. Has anybody checked on him? He took a beating in this one too.
Yeah. So the ending came. Ended up Parrish accidentally super kicked the ref, and then as he's checking on the ref, Martin's coming out of the clothesline. He ducks out of the way. Ref gets clothesline, and so they do their finishers on each other. Both try to get the pin. And then Parrish ends up hitting another super kick, gets the ref over, and it's counted 1, 2, and then as I said, one of the sins, Wrath, comes out and pulls the ref out of the ring and he's out cold on the floor because he just took a huge tumble to the floor. It looked like he hit his head pretty hard. And then gets in and just starts beating the ever holy hell out of Chris Parrish. And again, as much as I love the show overall, another or screwed up finish.
Yeah, Wrath got kicked. He got sent out before the match even started. He had no purpose in being out there. And if it wasn't for Massive Damage coming out and saving the day, who knows what would have happened to Parrish?
Oh, I guarantee you it would have been another Maniac massacre beating. Guaranteed. Brian, your thoughts overall?
Overall, I thought it was a great match between the two. You could tell the bitterness, the hatred between them all and whatnot. And my best part of this match was at the end when Martens and Wrath were heading to the back, and Parrish literally dove from the corner right almost into the entrance. It was like, holy crap, that guy just flew. I thought he was going to kill somebody because he flew high.
And at that point, actually, Parrish got the title back.
Yes.
And then he kind of fell over because he was so beat and tired. And then Martens ended up grabbing the title back and running to the back with the title. So
I am excited to see what happens with this next month, though, because the ongoing feud new feud between Wrath and Massive Damage.
The former Tattooed Terminators.
The former tag, yeah. And now next month you have Massive Damage stepping in for Maniac for Tag Struggle to hopefully lay a beatdown on Martens and Wrath.
Yeah, I'm so looking.
Whoa, hold on.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, the MPW commissioner himself, Mr. Mike Maloney, or General Manager, I apologize. Mike Maloney, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to the show.
Am I allowed to swear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's my program. Fudge. That's all I could say. This has been a very interesting night. Yeah, I heard your chants throughout tonight.
Mike's fault. Mike's fault.
Yeah, I know. There was a few interesting things. Got to work on the mic a little bit there.
Definitely Mike's fault.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties coming into the night, so we had to make a few adjustments. Oh God.
Mike, I'm going to take over here for a second.
By all means,
Ladies and gentlemen,
you are
the Cheetah
doing-
Bear.
What you're doing right now with the Ripper title is an atrocity. You know, this is a memorial title. This title is about being hardcore.
Yes.
This title's about being courageous. This title's about being a damn fighter.
Yeah.
And now it's an internet title full of backyard monkey shining and roll-ups on lawns. Something has to be done.
Jude, before you go, I want to make a promise to you here. By the October show, Vindication, October 6th, I will have a resolution to this. The MPW head office has demanded that I keep it in for another month at 24/7. I was not in favor of it, but they stand by it. So I'm doing my due diligence, but I promise you, as a man of my word, I will get this situation fixed at Vindication.
Something has to be done, Mike. And if not, the Cheetah Bear is going hardcore. And Wrath might be a demon.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's, I think, the second threat at Mike tonight.
Oh boy.
Yeah, folks, I think fudge is the appropriate word at this point,
It's pretty
along with a few other ones.
Holy fudge.
There's going to be a few things I just want to clarify here. Number one, we do have that tag team match coming up with the women at Vindication next month.
We did speak about that already, yeah.
There's going to be ramifications based on what the final result of that match as to what I do for Retribution for the women's title match. So I'm going to be watching that match very carefully. And you,
I know you'll be watching it very carefully, Mike.
smart ass. But one thing you guys missed out on when you were talking about our main event for next show, you talked about how it's going to be this major tag team match between Wrath and Shaun Martens, known as Dark Reign, against Massive Damage and Chris Parrish. But if Massive gets pinned, he is going to be. He has to join Dark Reign.
You kind of interrupted, but yeah. So no, he said he's never going to wrestle again.
No, he's. I talked to him in the back. He is going to stay out of the ring, and he will be a manager, teaching voice for Dark Reign.
Wow, added stipulation on that, ladies and gentlemen,
folks. There was a lot of chaos, a lot of craziness in the back. I did hear the comments of Sidney Steele because he found me after apparently he talked to you guys.
Yeah, trust me, he's not a man you want to mess with at this point, my friend.
I'm going to say this simply right now. Our referees are doing the best job they can. When there's a guy 6'8", what do you want me to do?
Outside enforcer.
Who?
Hire some big dude.
You're going to do it?
I'm not big enough, trust me.
You're big enough, don't worry.
Brian's stepping up.
But I will make this announcement right now. I have some ideas going on for that Ripper title, and I will have a final decision on what we're going to do. Because I've told the MPW head office I am not allowing this 24/7 to continue, because while I am reporting it, in many ways I do like it, in many ways I don't.
Yeah.
But overall, I have to say this had to be one of our better shows. And what about the turnout?
Oh, dude,
awesome.
Like we said, it was a packed crowd. This place was packed.
Especially for the long weekend.
Yeah, that's the thing that surprised me. It's the long weekend, September long weekend. And
No. Oh, yeah, it is.
it's September 1st.
Yeah, my long weekend's not till next weekend.
Andre, when you're focusing on a podcast, you need to go all in, okay?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Gotta go all in, ladies. You gotta go all in, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Yeah. Brian, your highlight night, my friend.
I'm going with the women's match because these women, Sexy Sam, like I said, she's a veteran. She's been around. This is Genergy's first match, and Genergy put up a hell of a good fight and almost took that title from Sexy Sam if it wasn't for the interference of Saraya coming out and getting involved. Otherwise, we might have had a new champ tonight.
Dylan, your highlight of the night, my friend.
Probably the tag team championship match.
The cleanest match of the night.
Great match, back and forth, super competitive, and it actually had a clean finish.
Yep.
And both teams gave it their all. It was my favorite of the night.
My highlight of the night was the opener, the 6-man tag Ripper Royal match. For the Ripper Royal Championship, and which had two clean finishes in a sense, where you had Kid Cyrus officially becoming a Ripper Royal champion, and then immediately being taken away by Kato. But overall, I actually thought I enjoyed the heck out of this match. Great way to kick a show off. And Mike, my friend, your highlight of the night, my friend.
Well, my highlight of the night, we just talked about it just here. I'm going to be with the crowd and the activity of the crowd tonight.
Yep.
Basically, every chair that we had in the building was filled, and there were people standing in behind.
Yep.
I can't wait for this to get up as a part of Madness, which I will be catching up on. I get a bonus star.
Yeah, the bonus star of the night.
For the night that I've had, and for this special cause.
Okay, we're giving the bonus star to Mike tonight.
Well, no, we're not giving it to me.
No, but you're going to present the bonus star.
Okay. Our bonus tonight, if you were in attendance, we did our 50-50 draw towards a special fan of MPW.
Yeah, we talked about this at the beginning.
I won't go over the details again, but I will say this. We are going to try and get a little more organized and have a little bit more of a fundraiser for our next show.
Yep.
As well as next month's 50-50 will go towards Katie and her family.
And please stay tuned to Backbreaker Media, because there's some other people, friends of ours, that are looking to do some fundraising events for this also.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll announce them definitely.
Our surprise of the night, I would have to. I think we go with the craziness of the Ripper title, or we could go
the craziness of the finishes. A lot of the finishes tonight.
Yeah, like a lot of this stuff was out of nowhere. Like I am generally confused, and I got to sit down and try and figure out what we're going to do for next month's Vindication Show on October 6th.
Yeah.
And the other part is, this is going to be the first time ever that Massive Damage and Chris Parrish are going to team up.
Yeah.
Like,
if you really look at their history, they've been enemies for most of their history. Like, they've been fighting each other for a lot. As long as I've been here, they've kind of been on the opposite sides.
Yeah, and now they got a united cause, and I really wonder what's going to happen here at this point with these guys. And this is really setting up to be a absolutely star-studded Retribution coming up November 3rd.
Yeah, I can't wait. There's so much I'm not going to ask you, because you probably don't even know what's coming yet, for sure.
I got a few ideas in my head, but I want to make sure I review the tape and go over things before I make some decisions on matches. And apparently, the MPW head office is sticking their nose in it a little bit too. So,
stick your nose right back at them.
Well, I need to take a little bit more authority here in some of this stuff. Like you heard earlier with Jude and that Ripper title, and
you missed the Sydney part, but damn, dude, you got to get this roster under control.
Oh no, I got the replay from him after. Trust me.
Yeah.
But we'll deal with that at a future time here. But I think that's going to wrap up this edition of Quick Calls here.
Yeah. So overall, I thought wonderful night of pro wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen,
whoa. We got to do the upcoming.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, upcoming, as Mike said, next month you have Vindication on October 6th, right back here at the Alberta Avenue Community Hall. You better be here. But coming up on the network, Mike, you want to say some stuff?
Well, we got a bunch of stuff coming up here. First of all, coming up this week, we are going to have The Sounds of Struggle, as always, coming out every Thursday. This Friday, and we're looking like we're settling up every Friday. It's going to be the Double Down podcast with KJ. I'm going to try and fit some time in to sit down with her and talk about the first round of the Mae Young Classic.
Awesome.
As well as part 2 of her sit-down interview with Angelica. Is that getting into the early years of their careers and some of the early trials and tribulations in some of their matches. So that's going to be interesting. Our next Quick Calls, we're actually going to have 2 split ones here.
Yep.
On the 22nd, I'm going to be heading up the CWC Shattered show from
that name sounds awesome. See, they have some of the best names for their shows.
From Festival Hall in Red Deer. I'm not sure what's on that card yet. It's too early to tell. But
It's going to be amazing.
I want to see what happens between Jude Dawkins and Chris Parrish personally. So.
And then also on September 22nd, I will be leading quick calls at the RCW event here in Edmonton, Alberta.
Dealer's Choice.
Choice.
Where all the matches are by the deal of the hands. So
anything can happen. Tag team partners can face each other. Like brand new tag teams.
Weird stipulations, everything.
Yeah, anything could happen on this show. And I'm looking forward to it so much.
I want to give a shout out to Thaddeus Archer III because he does a hell of a job there right now.
Right. And then after that...
I got a very special announcement here on the 29th. I just finalized it earlier today. I'm going to be heading down to Lethbridge to cover the 100th show of Pure Power Wrestling from the German Canadian Club in Lethbridge. I'm going to be calling the show with, I believe they're setting me up with a couple veterans here, but that's going to be finalized here in the next couple weeks. But
Southern Albertans, you got to make it out to that.
Oh, the 100th show at PPW, and folks, like... They're having a triple threat match between the new Cruiserweight champion Jumpin' Josh, Travis the Heat Copeland, and Bryn Watts. And then their main event, a no disqualification match with Chris Parrish taking on Kyle Sebastian for the PPW Heavyweight Championship.
That sounds awesome.
That's going to be my quick calls from there, but you got a different one on there.
And again, I will be hosting, probably along with Brian as always, and hopefully Dylan will return, to PWA Fall Fever from the Northgate Lions Senior Rec Center, and it's going to have the follow from the aftermath of the Lions attacking Sheik. No matches have been announced quite yet, but I think it's going to be a hell of a show.
There's going to be a lot of fallout from what happens in Calgary here in the next week here, because there's a little bit of chaos going on all over the place. So I'm sad I'm going to miss it, but it's going to be a hell of a card that I expect everybody to check out.
Oh, if you're in the Edmonton area, come out, see me. Like, it'll be me. Don't come to see me, but you can come see us if you want, but come see PWA. And myself, Brian, and Dylan should be on the next show, and hopefully our good friend Spencer will be on the podcast once again.
Well, and the only other thing I got to mention, folks, thanks to friends of the podcast, not only Win Column Sports, but also...
And Spencer, who is at All In tonight.
Yeah, jackass.
Oh, bitch.
We're all swearing.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I want to give a shout-out to Beercade, who hosts the WWE pay-per-views.
September 16th, ladies and gentlemen.
We will be there for Hell in a Cell on September 16th. And also, new fans, you'll have the opportunity to either purchase tickets to Vindication on October 6th, or else there will be a pair of tickets that will be won at that shows or at the pay-per-view. So make sure you come and check it out.
I'm going to win it.
That's all courtesy of Backbreaker Media, and you can't win it.
Why not? I guess I'm part of Backbreaker Media.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Mike, thank you for coming out for joining me on my edition of Quick Calls. You can check him out on Twitter at Mike the Rev and at Backbreaker Media.
Make sure you check out the Monster Pro Wrestling Facebook page. Not only are we going to have details of everything coming up, we're also going to have details of Katie Cootsy's fundraising page that will be on there sometime Sunday. So,
Brian, where can they find you online, brother?
You can find me online at Twitter at WrestlingMind.
Dylan, any social media to plug?
No, not really.
And you can find me on Twitter at That Canada Guy, on Instagram at That Canada Dude. If you have,
everything's in the show notes.
Yeah, if you want to hit me up for CWE tickets, give me a message.
October 30th, that's going to be a hell of a show. But just remember, folks, if you're going to make a good call, make a quick call. And this has been Quick Calls covering Monster Pro Wrestling Faceoff / # Mike's Fault here on Backbreaker Media.
Sport indie wrestling wherever you are.